Hi there, I'm Elaine Fraze, Farm Family Coach, coming to you today with an insight on ways to be a better listener. And this afternoon I just did a webinar with Ranching for Profit Executive Link folks, and one woman sent me an email afterwards and said it brought her to tears. Why? Because when we communicate well and when we use empathy, we really resonate with the emotions in the other person. So in this month's insight, I talk about my friend Bob Parker, who has a race car challenge, and this is the only race car I could find in my farmhouse at the moment. But what Bob does is he goes to people's workplaces or different venues, and he teaches people how to change the tires on a race car, and he uses two former pit crew fellows to help him do this. And what was interesting to me while I was observing this is it was very clear in the instructions that when you take the tire off, you need to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when you put the new lug nuts on. And I couldn't get over how the instructions were clear and people still didn't listen to do what they were instructed. So on your farm, I'm encouraging you to take up the motto of what my friend gave me, and what this quote says is, "The earth has music for those who listen." And it's important for us to think about what listening means to us and what frustrations we feel when we don't feel listened to. So first of all, are you speaking clearly? My voice, as I get older, gets dry. Therefore, I always have water on hand so that I can speak more clearly. I also think it's important to look people in the eye when you're talking with them so that you can see if they're paying attention. Another tip is no cell phones. And this is a Alberta AgSafe sticker that I got at a trade show at the potato growers. And what would that look like if you actually said, you know what, for the next half hour, this has to be a no phone zone because I really have important things to share with you and we really need to get this discussion rolling. So one of my most favorite books that I've been reading lately is Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. And what Rosenberg has done in selling over 5 million copies of this book is to help explain to people how empathy is a respectful understanding of what others are experiencing and how you are received with your listening. How to receive with empathy is a code for good listening. And it's another thing I want you to think about is what filters you have. So I'll be coaching this week with a family that's highly conflicted. And when I look at their conflict profiles, they don't have much capacity to delay their response or to create perspective. And creating perspective is putting yourself in the other's shoes. Do you know what it what it feels like to be me? And Rosenberg has 4 key words to his map. The first one is observe. What are the behaviors you're observing? Well, what I'm observing is you're not looking me in the eye when I'm trying to have a conversation with you. The next thing is, what are you feeling? And can you express emotion? Which is another really good conflict behavior. The third thing is, what do you need in this moment? So if a husband says, what good does it talking to you? You never listen. And the wife says, are you feeling unhappy with me? That's not helpful. Rosenberg says it would be more helpful to say, are you unhappy with me because you are needing, needing to be heard, needing to be understood? So the key wonderful phrase of language here is, what do you need in this moment? And some of you just need to be listened to. You don't want your spouse or your partner or the person listening to you to start fixing. Maybe you just need to vent so that you can process with your words and figure out what's going on. So observe the actions, express your feelings, express what you need in this moment. And then the last thing is to actually make a request. May I request that you not try to fix me and that you just listen to what I'm saying so that I can work out my own solutions. I just need to be heard. Another tool that we use in conflict resolution is paraphrasing. Do you mind if I say it back to you and how I'm hearing it? Another thing might be, when all the energy and the person's sort of tension drops because you've been empathetic and you're listening, you might just want to say, is there more? Are you done? And just think about, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Yeah, there probably is, but we're not going to go into that in this short video blog today. But here's a saying that I think is quite telling. Be kind to everyone you meet. You have no ideas what battles they are facing. And we'll face a lot fewer battles if we can all work to be happier on our farms by sharing our beliefs, our behavior is good, and we make decisions together because we're actually listening to each other. Let the silence do the heavy lifting. I'll say that again. Let the silence do the heavy lifting. I'll try one more time. Let the silence do the heavy lifting as you're practicing being a better listener on your farm. I hope some of these tips will help you find harmony through understanding. We'll see you next time.